Whenever I finish sketching in a sketchbook or loose leaf paper, I cut out the good ones and tape them into a binder, and the bad ones usually get eaten by the bunnies or recycled. And you can see this was eaten by the bunnies too. So on this side, it's just half-finished stuff that I'm working on. I'm going to try and go through it pretty quickly. The one thing I really want to note is anytime you see fluorescent orange, that's actually pink. But this is... my phone just does this. I don't know why, and this is the technology limits I'm working with. I'll do a brief overview like this, and then I'll pan into any sketches I think are kind of worth panning into. I should finish that. This is a real YouTuber, and I posted this doodle to his subreddit, and he saw it, and he liked it. He commented on it, and I was very pleased. I messed up right here, but... I really like drawing black hair and white hair. And I know this person, Illuminati on YouTube, is a bad person, but back when I drew this, all the controversy hadn't come to light yet, and I still really like her avatar. I just like teal and purple. This guy I'll talk more about later. Bananas. I really like this one. And this one is looking at this eyeball fish thing. And this eyeball fish thing is looking at this guy. This is a guy that I was looking at a car show. And he was the first person I ever saw with the broccoli haircut. And all I have to say is, kids these days, get off my lawn. I don't know why it's popular. But it's entertaining, at least. I don't remember the species, but a lot of seabirds have teardrop-shaped eggs, so that way if someone knocks into them, they'll just spin in a circle, as opposed to a chicken egg, which would just fall off the cliff. So I did reference this, I just have no idea what I referenced it from. There's some design messing around for my character Celandine, and a character from Inuyasha. On this, for years I've had issues with getting her antlers just right, but my buddy is also a bone collector, and I said, hey, can I borrow your skull for a couple days? Because I would really like to have her design be finalized and have you be a part of it, your skull. And he's like, no, just keep it. So these are her antlers. Ugh. I don't draw them nearly as much as I want to, or I should. This Japanese bobtail calico was an attempt to use marker and pencil in the same drawing, and I didn't know what I was doing. This is a globular springtail. It's an actual insect. I love them. They're super cool. They live around here. couple desert rain frogs. I painted this painting of Squirrely Dan with Daniel Smith mineral watercolors. I spent like 2 hours on it. I was so happy with it. I showed my brother and he's like, "You forgot the mustache." And I was like, "Oh shit." So now I can't unsee it. I really liked this skull pumpkin thing and this fluffy expression rabid basketball thing, but the bunnies chewed it. Here's my character Wicket. He's an asshole. He will appear a couple other times in this sketchbook. And this was crochet design ideas for a contest, and I ended up making that, designing and making that bag instead. I didn't do the Miffy. But this was outside of my my abilities. This took forever. If I had a base layer of markers, this would have taken like no time, but this took forever. Stained glass ears bunny concept, species concept I'm working on. My character who doesn't have a name or a backstory really. And a naked mole rat I drew at the Washington Zoo, I think. Again, I really like the, this was Daniel Smith watercolors, and Fine Tech is the, anything shiny you see, it's probably Fine Tech. Like, this is my favorite effect, where you can't see it unless it's at the right angle. I've mentioned this before when I'm talking about rocks, but like, I really like that. I have a couple Pokemon sketches over there that have that effect. See, again, this is like, why are you fluorescing? You're supposed to be pink, dear Nanog. Pink skin tone, too. That was for a contest I never entered. That might be one of my favorite sketches in here. I do like those vultures. And a pumpkin, and a pump cow. And my character, 1,000 Footsteps. Some work doodles. I don't remember who this is, but it's a real-life Japanese serial killer. Not much to say about this one. Bodkin design that I'm too lazy to whittle. Oh, that fluorescent is bothering me. My character Keitai. And I really like this Kirara sketch. I redrew this, the Spoonicorn Wicket, and not him, but her, later in the book. I want to finish that at some point. That's based off a glowworm. This is a real snail. It's called an ironfoot snail. It's an aquatic snail, and I think it lives in thermal vents, but basically it absorbs iron from its surroundings and makes it into a biological scales on its foot. So, like, if you put a magnet to this creature, it would be trapped. And I apparently did it in water-soluble pencil. But these are really cool. I love the texture. I love the fact there's a certain type of bloodworm that has copper in its teeth, like the actual mineral copper. And just that's so cool. That's like sci-fi. Princess What's-Her-Face that I want to finish at some point. I'm going to say that a lot, I feel like. That's from Earthworm Jim. I like her. I don't like her. I like her design. She is a pain in my butt to get right. I don't know why I'm doing this all the time. This Englishman on YouTube, his name is Simon Whistler, and he was talking about Kissimmee, and I actually grew up near there. But he was pronouncing it like Kissimmee. I was laughing at it. And this is my coworker as a guinea pig. Bunch of hair stick ideas I never whittled. And my character, Ezra and Isabel. He's asexual. She is very heterosexual. There's a burrito. I don't know the story behind Amberlynn's burrito. And my man, Harrow. In his last couple days, he developed a sore on his flank, so I was recommended by the vet to go to the baby store and get some onesies. And this one was gray and had tacos on it, and he was not happy. He was not happy. This is a YouTube video. Just like, Google cockatoo and he punched Paul the rabbit. And it'll be fun. You'll like it. These guys are cool. We have tiger bee flies around here, which I have seen in person, but I don't think we have that species. This was prototype design stuff. It'll be shown later in the book. I drew myself in that hat because I crocheted that hat. It was awesome. I think that's one of the coolest things I've ever drawn. I don't know what possessed me to put skulls instead of pinchers, but good idea past me. This was a 5 or 6-year-old victim of the Khmer Rouge. It is pink. And out of respect, I would love to put his name, but the website didn't list his name, so I don't know. If I knew his name, I would try my damnedest to figure out how to pronounce it and tell you, but I don't. Another globular springtail and Bobbert Boobington. I don't know why, but blue-footed boobies are a lot more amusing than red-footed boobies. I think maybe their color scheme is gentler and sillier. Some redraws of old stuff. I like her hair. Okay, this was funny because this guy and this guy, my references were Korean men. I don't know how they turned Mexican, but I'm not complaining because that guy looks like the best T.O. ever. How? Keitai? Ezra? Ezra is a Champagne d'Argent. Keitai is a Hokkaido fox. And I just really like Afro puffs. She's one of my favorite drawings in here, too. There's an animation series on YouTube called Monkey Wrench, and the best character, hands down, is Ricket. He's got a cool design, but I don't like him. I don't remember his name. But Ricket is the best character. I love him very much, and I would totally toast a marshmallow on his head. You should all go watch Monkey Wrench. And you should also go on Netflix and watch Hataraku Saibo, which is cells at work. So the main characters are cells in a body, and sometimes they deliver oxygen and sometimes they fight things like mumps here. I try to have, did I say this already? I try to have characters looking at each other as much as I can. I don't know, I just think it's interesting and makes the eye go. Unfinished Ming-Na, my character Ming-Na. I don't know why I didn't add the stripes to her hair. I could. I should. I did make one egg hair stick, a Junko, but I didn't finish those other ones. That's just Hikaru, my character. This guy over here is one of our venomous mammals, local venomous mammals to Pennsylvania. Venomous mammals are pretty rare, but this guy is a shrew. Look how freaking tiny he is. I love him. Oh, come on. Oh no! I made him go boop. That's okay. He does that sometimes. He's just a pain in the ass to put back together. But he's not broken. Anyway, you can see the foramen magnum, which is that huge hole in the skull where the spinal cord goes through. So yes. And then some bumblebee first instar larva. And a little happy little skull. More Hikaru. And a bumblebee or something. You've seen this sketch. Every so often I attempt to draw horses because I'm not very good at them, and I haven't done a good one really. Here's another globular springtail. This is a weird inflection. Ezra took forever to develop. He took 19 years to develop. He has no problem with this. I had a problem with this. Okay, so this is Tondra Volta from the anime Space Dandy. He's a dancing alien. This was a resin knife concept that I had, which would be kind of tough to pull off because there's a Migratory Bird Act in America that means that you can get a multi-$100 fine for owning certain feathers. So our indigenous birds like blue jay, seagull, mourning dove, you can't own their feathers. If you are Native American and registered with the tribe, you can own stuff like golden eagle feathers, but if you are Caucasian like I am, you cannot. So there's a bunch of this would just be a cool knife idea for transparent or translucent resin, but I mean, it's really complicated. That guy was also supposed to be a handsome roof Korean. The Koreans who defended their storefronts in the Los Angeles riots. And I apparently can't draw him because he looks like an old man. This, I meant no offense by. I wasn't going to post it anywhere. This is Amberlynn Reid. I drew this long before someone made the melty ice cream cone comments that pissed her off. I just wanted to draw an obese person, and her profile kind of looked like ice cream, so that's what I did. So I like it, I want to finish it, and it's fine. Celandine took a very long time to get developed as well. Because again, I can't draw ungulates. But I think she's finally gotten there. I really like this sketch. Her ribbon is supposed to be kind of translucent. It's made of spider silk, but I don't know how to color it yet, or I haven't put in the effort to color it. And this is a late night study of Ivan the Terrible and his son Ivan, which is a magnificent painting. And don't mind this part, but like, look at his silly little hairs. So these are two things that I said I would get back to. This guy, his name is Ronnie O'Neill, and he was convicted of murder. He murdered his wife in front of his 14-year-old son, and then represented himself in court and yelled bloody murder, like yelled really loud at his son, "Did I kill your mother?" And his son, cool as a cucumber, well, not cool, but his son was just like, "Yeah, of course you did." But his hairstyle looks like coral, and because he'd watched way too many crime shows, he thought that dramatic pauses in his speech, yelling at the audience, and like shaking his head for emphasis would help his case. It didn't, but what it did do is it made his hairstyle wiggle jiggle like jello every time he like got passionate and started yelling, which was all the time, and it was fantastic. So he fascinates me. And this is that earlier sketch, the prototype. So there's a genus of toads called Bufo, and I thought of Bufolo. So I tried to combine them. I like making new species. I don't think these species that I referenced were actually Bufo genus, but who knows at this point. And I have a little bit more work to do on the species, but I like where this is going so far. I tried to make the color scheme the hooves. Parotoid glands are the ones right here that have the toxins in them. Bufolo are really dumb, because the toads that I've known are really dumb, or appear to me to be. So this was a character design I was working on for someone I knew once who turned abusive, and I never finished it, so I didn't give it to them, but I'm also like not motivated clearly to finish it, so it's just in limbo. I showed this to someone and they were like, "Did you use your own body as a reference?" And they got kind of creepy about it. I didn't. I don't know if I used a reference for that one. And this, I have a pair of Jaws socks. And I have a lot of Crunchy Bears. And I was feeding the Crunchy Bears to my rabbits, and they were mobbing me and jumping all over me. Oh, I just trained something because I'm old. I can't let the... So these are Crunchy Bears. Our little rabbit treats. There's a black one for Banya and a white or orange one for Orla. Oh, speak of the devil. Hello. Hi. What? No! No! How did you hear that? How did you hear that? Okay, okay. Alright, you know what? I was making a super, super important video. And now, thanks to you guys. How did you hear that? Seriously. Okay, you know I gotta set crisscross applesauce before I give you your food. Excuse me. Excuse me. Someone's in my way. How can I get to it if you're in the way? If your head is blocking it, how can I get to it? Orla. Miss Orla Fuzzball. See, this is what happened. This is what... Oh. You're gonna find me, like, dead on a beach somewhere. Except you're not, because they don't know what a beach is. Oh, my lord. Alright, hold on. Hey, Banya. No nipping. No, that's why Orla gets hers first. Come here, sweet lady. There you go. You got yours first. Banya, come here, hun. Will you stop that? Look at his chocolate on his fur. Orla, I'm sorry. Usually he's not after her face. And I don't even think it's aggression. I think it's just excitement. No, you already had one. You literally just had one. All I was trying to do was show the nice people. Well, it's my fault. I shouldn't be playfully saying that it's your fault. If you're a rabbit and you truly love another rabbit, you lick their eyeballs. You lick them good. How did you get this? How do you guys get this stuff in your fur? Oh my goodness. Okay. And you've got it all over the... They've made a little trail, a Hansel und Gretel trail from the litter box. Oh, you're cute and I love you. So yes, perfect demonstration. I enjoy having... Thank you guys, you improved my video. Mr. Wish makes the best bubble tea ever, by the way. I like the medium cocoa milk tea with bubbles, no ice or sugar. That's my favorite. Oh, I could go now and get some. But I also like drawing Orla's hairstyle. Coloring Orla's fur. That's my favorite too. And she decides when he's lying down, minding his own business, that she's just gonna, like, stick her head in his tuchus hole. Like, stick her nose there, and I don't understand why. And he doesn't either. He's like, what? Why? And, I think this is the first horse that I've ever drawn, well, Spoonicorn that I've ever drawn, that I've been like, okay, that's decently passable. And I really like the spoon. But yeah. But again, Wicket's an asshole. I bought stencils. I didn't want to show this to the person that I showed this to, because it's fine if they sexualize, like, a fantasy character, but she's like, what, are you like 4? Which is adult in rabbit years. But, like, she's my bunny. I don't want anyone sexualizing her. I just drew her like that because I didn't want to think of clothing, because I'm bad at designing clothing. I hate drawing in graphite, but I sketched in graphite. And this guy, we actually have it. It's a leaf hopper. It's so cool. Graphocephala versuta? My character Isabel. And this guy. Oh, the first time I saw it, the only time I saw it, it's like 10 minutes from my house, taking a walk, and oh my goodness. They really are that color. Like, how are you that color? I also saw a white one, and I was like, why are you white, my dude? And then I looked at it from different angles, and if you look at it just right, the white turns You're not listening to me. The white turns translucent, and it'll reflect the green behind it. So it makes perfect sense. And Amberlynn Reid's poop bun. She's a YouTuber that is known for being fat and also being a jerk. And she's fascinating. And currently her aunt is suing her. But I like her hair. And it's interesting to me to draw obese people, as well as thin people. This might also be my favorite sketch. I think this one is, actually, because I love my bananas. Here's some information on the species. I guess you could pause it. This is a referenced from a post on Our Rats where her rat was eating a blueberry. I'll explain this one in just a second. But look how cute and tired Banya looks. I love Orla's fur. I love drawing Orla. Absolutely love drawing Orla. So with Banya, so there's this thing back behind here called the foramen magnum. And in animals, it is in the back. In us, it's like right here under the skull. So this is where the spinal cord comes out. That's why we can stand upright and they get onto all fours. So the foramen magnum being where it is what lets them like rest with their chin to the ground. And Banya does that all the time. Orla doesn't really do that. Banya does it all the time. And it looks, for someone who's physically incapable of doing that, I thought he might be doing that, it looks so comfy. He always looks so comfy. And I'm a little bit jealous. A little bit jealous. Lucky bug. Foramen magnum being in the back. Hey, we're almost done. I still need to draw something for here. Might do that tonight. So this is just a weight tracker. I lost 40 pounds over months and months. I don't know. I didn't have a time frame. I don't understand numbers. So if you tell me, oh, you're going to go from 190 to 150, like, I don't know what that is. I can't visualize that. But I was reading something about the sugar in the amount of sugar in a Starbucks. And I was like, well, this says 9 ounces. I don't freaking know what that is. But I had mice, and I know an adult mouse is, a male is 3 ounces. So 3 mice can fit in my hand. So I can sort of roughly estimate the amount of sugar. So that's what I did here. I just, here's like data from the end of it. I just, most rabbits that I've had are 6 pounds, or have been 6 pounds. So every time I lost 6, I would color in another bunny. And here is the last page. See again, you can see Miss Tierna is looking at whatever the hell she is. I just drew this to use up that space in there. This was the most recent thing I drew. I drew this today. That's supposed to be orange, not... Should I just title this Tess Hates Fluorescence? I'm trying to learn color theory, and this was one of the suggestions of the color wheel, and so I followed the color wheel's advice. And also more stencils. I only put the bumblebee on the pumpkin so that I could have an excuse to use this hex stencil. And here's Miss Tierna. I've been thinking about Tierna Nog a lot lately. Last year I started crying in the grocery store when they got eggnog in, because I used to call her Tierna Eggnog every Christmas or so. And Mr. Banya. He is black, but he has oils in his fur, so he's really, really shiny, and sometimes when the light hits just right, it'll go from like white shiny to rainbow-ish shiny. If you're really close to him, you can tell. So, I really like that heart too. He's so cute. He's so cute! You're so cute. That is my sketchbook tour. Oops, sorry. Sorry, Horla. Sorry, Banya.